Hi everyone, welcome to the Mufasa book readings. My name is Julia, and today's reading will be reading from the book by Mel Robbins. The book is titled The 5-Second Rule. Enjoy.
Chapter 15, Building Real Confidence. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. Joseph Campbell. A big mistake people make is thinking that confidence is a matter of personality. Confidence just means that you believe in yourself, your ideas, and your capabilities. Anyone can learn how to become more confident. It's not a personality trait, it's a skill. You may have been an extroverted personality and talk a lot, but that doesn't mean you are confident. The most vocal person in the room might be really insecure and only says what he thinks will make him look good. Look no further than me. For a long time, I was loud and bossy. I felt insecure in myself, my ideas, and my abilities. The quietest person you know might actually be the most confident. Your best friend who's an introvert might believe in her ideas with great confidence and get ignored when you don't ask her about them. But she's afraid of speaking up because her face turns red. She isn't lacking confidence in her ideas. She just needs a little courage to push through her fear of being judged for having rosy cheeks. I had an experience that illustrates the connection between confidence, courage, and personality. It also will show you once again the authentic pride you feel when you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to push yourself outside your comfort zone. Recently, I had a chance to speak at Crisco Systems, the largest networking technology and services company in the world. A few months later, I was invited back to give a similar talk, this time to a senior engineering group. When I arrived for that second talk, a man came up to me as I was setting up with the AV team. He was so excited to see me and greeted me with the warm embrace of an old friend. Being from the Midwest, I love nothing more than a good hug. He could hardly contain his excitement and said he had something so exciting to tell me about the role. He had seen me speak at Crisco Live several months back. During that speech, as I often do, I gave the audience a homework assignment using the 5-second rule. Introduce yourself to 3 strangers today using the 5-second rule. Then I explained how I wanted them to do this assignment. Pay attention to your instincts and the moment that you feel drawn towards someone. That's the push moment. Grab it, start counting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and start walking toward the person within 5 seconds before your mind talks you out of it. Next, I explained to the audience what they can expect when they try this simple homework assignment. The moment that they see someone they'd like to meet, their minds will fill up with million excuses for why they shouldn't walk over and introduce themselves. Oh, wait, they're talking to other people and I don't want to be rude. She looks busy, so I'll catch her later. He's looking at his phone, so I don't want to interrupt. There's not a lot of time, so I'll do it the next break. And all those things you think, they aren't true. Instead, it's your brain trying to derail you. After my new engineer friend recapped my own assignment, he then described what had happened to him after my speech. At Crisco Live, he was out in the hallway and he had a push moment. John Chambers, Crisco's CEO, walked by with a group of senior leaders. Now, you must understand, John Chambers is a legend at Crisco, and from all accounts, he's a really great guy. Chambers was the CEO for 20 years, and the very next day, it was going to be announced that he would be stepping down as the CEO and that Chuck Robbins would be taking over. So my new friend, the engineer, was standing in the hallway, fresh from learning the 5-second rule. He saw Chambers and his instincts fired up. He immediately had the urge to introduce himself and thank Chambers for inspiring him, along with letting him know the pride that he felt being an engineer at Crisco. He told me that he knew he should do it and he tried to push himself, but he froze. He explained that he felt paralyzed, adding that he is an introvert and this sort of thing doesn't come naturally to him. The moment passed. His hero disappeared down the hall and he spent the remainder of the day beating himself up for not taking his shot to meet him. But luckily, that's not the end of the story. The next morning, my friend was jogging next to the San Diego Bay in Embarcadero Park in downtown San Diego. This beautiful bike path along the marina was, as usual, filled with runners, cyclists, and walkers. He had his earphones in and was listening to music, taking it all in, and all of a sudden, who do you think was ahead of him on the path? That's right, John Chambers. Chambers was alone, he had his earphones on, and he was jogging too. My friend told me that he knew this was it. Now or never, he said. I was immediately concerned that I'd be interrupting his time to himself and that it would be rude. But I caught myself hesitating and started counting down. 5, 4, 3. He sped up to catch Chambers, tapped him on the shoulder, apologized for interrupting, and then explained how he had always wanted to personally thank him for the incredible career he had had at Crisco. The two men stopped jogging and started to walk through Embarcadero together. According to my friend, Chambers was delightful and engaging. They discussed all kinds of topics, work, life, and even an idea that my friend had related to a project he was working on. At the end of the talk, Chambers shook his hand, thanked him for introducing himself, and gave the engineer the name of a senior person in the organization in charge of innovation. Use my name and tell him we spoke and that I'd wanted you to share your idea with him, Chambers said. My new friend was beaming bright enough to light up the room as he told me the story. It was the highlight of my career. And if it hadn't been for the 5-second rule, it never would have happened. I cannot thank you enough. And then he added, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I'm now interviewing for a job with the man Chambers introduced me to. Did he get the job? I honestly have no idea. A new job isn't the point of the story. This is a story about acts of everyday courage and how they build confidence. The singular experience has the potential to change more than a job. If he continues to use the rule, to listen to and follow his instincts, it could very well change the trajectory of what's possible for his life. His exuberance was not necessarily about meeting the CEO, although that's cool, but more about how darn good it feels when you honor your own desires and take control of your life. Remember, confidence in yourself is built through acts of everyday courage. That's what he was experiencing, the radiance of knowing that he could count on himself. The more that my engineer friend practices acts of everyday courage, the more confident he'll become in himself. Remember, confidence is created by small things you do every single day that build trust in yourself.
Thank you so much for watching our video. Don't forget to like, comment, share to your family and friends, as well as subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much. Bye.